Let's talk about something that I think a lot of businesses, and especially clinics, overlook, and that is the evaluations with their staff. You see, these reviews need to be a two-way street, not just some formality that you're doing once a year to check off a box. When you are doing your evals correctly, they become one of the most powerful tools for building a stronger, more connected, and higher performing team. And it all starts with the mindset that you choose to adopt. You should be seeing these evaluations as a strong feedback loop, not a lecture that you're just giving your team. When most people hear employee evaluation, they conjure up some image of sitting across from their boss while getting just a laundry list of things that they're doing wrong. And that is not what our goal is. These should be great conversations. It's your chance to tell your employees where they are succeeding. Talk about the opportunities that they have for growth, and especially hear from them what is working, what's not working, and what support they need in their role. Because see, this is the truth. You actually can't see everything from where you are. That system that you built and implemented that you think is awesome doesn't always work. And you might think that your communication is clear, but just because you have not heard anything negative doesn't mean that everything is okay. You need to be the one to open the door for feedback, or you're missing critical information. An employee's perspective is extremely valuable. Many times they are the ones that are closest to the day-to-day operations. And when they know you actually want to hear from them, not just tolerate their noise, you build trust and loyalty that's impossible to fake. The second point I want to make is frequency. How often are you doing these? One of the worst mistakes that you can make is saving any of your feedback, positive or negative, for only once per year. If you only heard how well you're doing every 12 months, what kind of momentum do you think you would build? Not very much. You would never know if you're doing anything correct. Instead, think about evaluations as small, frequent tune-ups, not big, scary audits. You're making tiny course corrections all of the time so nobody drifts off track. You're also constantly reinforcing what is working, which keeps people motivated. For most teams, I find that a quarterly schedule works great. You can keep it light and simple. When I first started doing these, I have met with my team every quarter. I was giving them homework. I was giving myself homework. And honestly, that became a lot of work. And I ended up pushing back these reviews. So start easy. You don't need paperwork every single time. What you want to make sure is that it happens consistently. And when you meet regularly, people will stop dreading these evaluations. They start looking forward to them because it feels like an opportunity, not some kind of sentencing. Now, to make this a true feedback loop, you need to make sure you're doing a few things. First, start with their voice. When you sit down, open up with questions like, what's been going well for you lately? Where have you been feeling stuck? Or is there anything that I can do to support you? When you ask them first and listen, you're going to set the tone that this is a two-way conversation. Second thing, share your feedback. And this is probably the toughest part. You need to be specific. You need to recognize their wins and address issues early when they are small and easy to fix. And always, always, always bring this back to the big picture for the company. Make it clear how their growth ties into the success of the team. Step 3, make an action plan together. Don't just talk about what's wrong or what's right. Talk about what is next. What skills do they want to build? What goals do they have? And how can you help? Last, follow up. Between evaluations, check in informally. Send a quick text, have a quick hallway conversation, whatever it is, just make it known that you didn't forget about the things that you both talked about. And that is how you create a strong, living feedback loop that actually moves people forward, not just some stale annual event that everyone is dreading. So, if you take anything away from this, let it be this one thing. Evaluations are not something you do to someone, they're something you do with someone. If you approach them as a true two-way street, and if you commit to doing them consistently, you'll be amazed at how much faster your team grows, how much more connected you feel, and how much better your entire business operates. I hope you found this helpful, and if you want to listen for more tips and tricks while you're growing your BHRT clinic, subscribe. We're always posting and looking to help you grow your clinic. We'll see you in the next one.